The Black Widow movie is going to introduce some classic Marvel villains like the Taskmaster and the Red Guardian. In this video we will discuss who is this Red Guardian, what are his powers and abilities, and how does he fit into the MCU. Recently Marvel made it official that David Harbour will play this iconic character in the MCU. You might know David Harbour from Stranger Things or the movie Hellboy. So without further ado, let's break down the powers and origin of the Red Guardian.
If this was your last birthday party you were ever going to have, how would you celebrate it?
I'd do whatever I wanted to do, with whoever I wanted to do it.
In the Marvel Comics, Red Guardian was a Soviet Union version of Captain America, and over the years, 7 different characters have taken up the mantle of the Red Guardian. It is important to point out here that although Red Guardian is supposed to be the Soviet Union version of Captain America, he had no super soldier serum. So basically Red Guardians were just super trained soldiers without any superhuman strength, durability or speed. So you might consider them as not worthy enough to be compared to Captain America, but here's the point. Even though Black Widow didn't have super soldier serum, we saw her stand against the army of robots and aliens. So it should suffice to say that Soviets trained their soldiers and spies to face any potential danger, as even Black Widow was a famous Soviet spy and was married to one of the Red Guardians. And it is this Red Guardian that we will see in the upcoming Black Widow movie. His name is Alexei Shostakov. I'm sorry for that second name, but whatever. He was the second person to take up the mantle of the Red Guardian. Alexei was born in Moscow and was the husband of Natasha Romanoff. Both he and his wife became agents of the Soviets. Natasha went on to become the Black Widow, whereas Alexei became a pilot and a KGB agent. Alexei had a gift for flying aircrafts, and he was one of the most talented pilots in the KGB, and soon he garnered his fame as the most acclaimed pilot in the Soviet Union. He became a national star after helping the Soviet army in the Second World War. The entire country felt inspired by his bravery and passion for the nation. And because of his extraordinary skills, Alexei was chosen for the most secret and dangerous tests, including the testing of new aircrafts. The Soviet state-controlled news media and they greatly publicized his certain missions, such as his aerial battle against the US force during the Korean War. As a result, he was decorated as a hero of the Soviet Union. In the 1950s, Soviet president realized that they too needed their own version of Captain America, and Alexei was chosen as the rightful candidate. It is interesting to point out here that Soviets at one point considered Yuri Gagarin to be their Red Guardian. And as you might know, Yuri Gagarin was an actual person who was the first man to go into the space. So you see what Marvel did here, referencing the real life entities to create an immersive story. Anyways, once Alexei was chosen to be the new Red Guardian, the KGB had to fake his death to train him in secret. They kept his survival a secret even from his wife, the Black Widow. During his training, Alexei was made a master of hand-to-hand combat and he was developed to be a highly skilled athlete. But as I pointed before, he was not injected with any super soldier serum whatsoever. So his base strength and stamina was significantly lower than that of Captain America's. Other than his skills, Red Guardian also carried a throwing disc on his belt, which could be used as a weapon, somewhat like that of Batman. This disc was pretty boring, but it had the ability to return back because of the magnetic forces. Red Guardian's costume was obviously red, no point in making it all green and then calling him the Red Guardian. His costume also carried a star on his chest to symbolize the Soviet flag. While Black Widow became disillusioned with the KGB and defected to the United States, the Red Guardian remained loyal and became more ruthless and vindictive. At one point, he came across Black Widow and Captain America when he was on a mission to protect a secret Chinese weapon. Black Widow noticed that something was familiar about him, and it is then that the Red Guardian revealed his identity to her, and he ends up sacrificing his life to save Black Widow. So that's all you need to know about the Red Guardian. Now let's talk about how would he fit into the MCU. What should we expect of him in the upcoming Black Widow movie? First things first, we know that Taskmaster will be the main villain of this movie, and we haven't yet been told who is playing the role. As Marvel is keeping that a secret, and his identity reveal might be some sort of plot twist in the movie. So there is definitely a possibility that the character of Red Guardian ends up being the Taskmaster. Since Black Widow and Red Guardian's era passed, this reveal would definitely be hard-hitting for Natasha Romanoff. But that said, since in the comics, Taskmaster is his own fella with his own origin story, we should expect that Marvel would respect his comics backstory and keep Red Guardian and Taskmaster as two separate characters. If it's true, then we might see Natasha and Alexei having some great time before they decide to join KGB. And since Marvel had signed up David Harbour to play the role, one thing is sure, that he would have a more central role in the movie than some 10-minute cameo in the flashback. So we might end up seeing him in the Red Guardian costume, and although initially he might be tasked by the Soviets to track down Black Widow, as she had betrayed them by joining the enemy's side, he might end up helping Black Widow in her fight against the Taskmaster. One other thing that we do know about the movie is that Hawkeye 2 would have some sort of role, and the Budapest mission will finally be revealed that Marvel hinted in the first Avengers movie. But since the majority of the movie is said to be set between Captain America's Civil War and Infinity War, we'll have to wait to see how do all these things finally add up. Plus there have been some rumors recently that the movie might also feature some post-Infinity War moments, that is the events between those 5 years in Avengers Endgame. It's not sure though, but it would definitely be interesting to see those 5 years being explored, as these 5 years definitely are a crucial part of Black Widow's life. So to sum things up, we expect to see 4 time frames. One before Natasha became Black Widow, the second after she defects from KGB and joins S.H.I.E.L.D., the third one after Civil War and before Infinity War, and the fourth one being those 5 years in Avengers Endgame. And with that, we'll bring this video to an end. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more upcoming content.